year 2024 marked a significant milestone for the Indonesian Embassy in Nairobi in carrying out its diplomatic mission and strengthening bilateral and multilateral relations. The year began with Indonesia's active participation in the 19th Non-Aligned Movement NAM Summit and the 3rd South Summit in Uganda, which was attended by the representatives from 120 countries, including Indonesia. The Indonesian delegation was led by former Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, His Excellency Mr. Pahala Mansuri. The delegation participated in the Non-Aligned Movement Ministerial Meeting and the Ministerial Committee on Palestine. During the ministerial meeting of the 19th Non-Aligned Summit, His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Heri Saripudin delivered Indonesia's statement, asserting that the success of the non-aligned movement relies on its unity and relevance in an increasingly complex and changing world. He reaffirmed Indonesia's commitment as one of the founders of NAM and the birthplace of the Bandung Principles to continue playing an active role in realizing a just and inclusive global order. Ambassador Dr. Muhammad Heri Saripudin also conveyed Indonesia's position during the Palestine Committee sessions, encouraging NAM and its members to act decisively together to support the struggle of the Palestinian people and to advocate their right to independence without delay. Throughout the year 2024, the Embassy of Republic Indonesia in Nairobi continues to play an active role and contribute positively to the advancement of Indonesia's national interests through rigorous diplomacy in environmental issues with UNEP, as well as in human settlement and sustainable urbanization issues with UN Habitat. During the 6th United Nations Environment Assembly meeting, Indonesia promoted the mangrove issues through the proposal of establishing a World Mangrove Center in Indonesia. In the context of negotiation for establishing an international legally binding instrument to end plastic pollution, the embassy was entrusted to be a co-facilitator at the 4th Intergovernmental Negotiating Committee on Plastic Pollution in Ottawa, Canada. The embassy is also actively promoting the increase of Indonesian nationals working in UNEP through employment opportunities event in collaboration with MOFA in Jakarta and UNEP Secretariat. Furthermore, the embassy is also active as speakers in various seminars, webinars on global environmental agenda as well as on the INC negotiation process. In the context of UN Habitats, the embassy continuously provides substantive inputs to the formulation of Strategic Plan 2026-2029 document. The embassy participated actively in the first open-ended working group on housing meeting and meetings of the Executive Board. Furthermore, the embassy also committed to advance the implementation of the new urban agenda in the context of attaining the Sustainable Development Goals. By exercising active role in various forums in UNEP and UN Habitat, the Embassy of Indonesia in Nairobi demonstrates leadership in the issue of global environment, as well as in the issue of human settlement and sustainable urbanization. The Embassy is committed to continue to be part of the solution in tackling various global challenges. In 2024, Indonesia celebrated a significant political milestone with the conclusion of former President Jokowi's successful two-term presidency. Following the general election held in February 2024, Prabowo Subianto was sworn in as the next president, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the nation's leadership. The Indonesian Embassy in Nairobi is designated as a polling station for the diaspora from its 4 accredited countries and the Indonesian community residing in Nairobi and its surrounding areas. On this occasion, Ambassador Dr. Muhammad Heri Saripudin, along with Madam Zulfa Saripudin and the staff of the Indonesian Embassy in Nairobi, actively participated in this important democratic event, which is held every 5 years. The Ambassador of Indonesia in Nairobi, His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Heri Saripudin, emphasized the significance of a cultural festival in promoting unity in diversity. This message was conveyed during the 9th Nairobi International Cultural Festival at the Nairobi Museum, which the embassy participated in alongside with other countries' missions. The event featured a traditional batik Indonesian cuisine and various Indonesian products. Additionally, the embassy proudly showcased the performance of Pencak Silat, a traditional Indonesian martial art. Pencak Silat, an Indonesian martial art, has gained popularity in Kenya since it was introduced to the public by the Indonesian embassy in Nairobi a few years ago. This martial art has received special recognition on various occasions as an engaging spectacle, successfully attracting many Kenyans to learn it. The Indonesian Embassy in Nairobi, in collaboration with the National Federation of Pencak Silat Kenya, organized the Pencak Silat Ambassadors Cup, along with the full support of Indomie Kenya. The event was inaugurated by Dr. Muhammad Heri Saripudin, the Indonesian ambassador to Kenya, who also officiated the establishment of Pencak Silat training centers, Padepokan, in several participating schools. The Indonesian embassy collaborated with other members of ASEAN Committee in Nairobi in strengthening the bond of ASEAN community and increasing the visibility of the members in Kenya with various programs and events. 8 August 2024 marks the 57th anniversary of ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. Together with the ASEAN Committee in Nairobi, ASEAN, the Embassy of Indonesia in Nairobi participated in the celebration at the Royal Thai Embassy. Additionally, in November 2024, the ASEAN hosted the ASEAN 2024 Food Festival at the Village Market Mall, Nairobi, showcasing the diverse cuisines of its member countries. The Indonesian booth, organized by the Indonesian Ladies Association and the Indonesian community in Nairobi, featured a selection of well-known traditional Indonesian dishes. This annual event is organized by the ASEAN Committee in Nairobi to foster connections between Southeast Asian communities in Kenya, as well as to engage with the broader Kenyan public. Dirgahayu Republik Indonesia ke-79, Nusantara Baru, Indonesia Maju. The Embassy of Indonesia and the Diaspora in Nairobi celebrated the 79th anniversary of Indonesia's independence on 17 August 2024. Ambassador His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Heri Saripudin led the flag-hoisting ceremony at the embassy. This is a special event to commemorate the nation's most important day, honoring the heroes who sacrificed their lives for Indonesia's independence. On this joyful day, the embassy invites the diaspora to feel at home in Indonesia, enjoying the ambience of Independence Day celebration with fun games and delicious Indonesian food. The Embassy of Indonesia in Nairobi welcomed diplomatic circles and Kenyan counterparts at the diplomatic reception celebrating the 79th anniversary of the independence of Indonesia. The Ambassador of Indonesia in Nairobi, His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Heri Saripudin, along with Madam Zulfa Saripudin, were delighted to host guests at this event, which featured themes from West Java province. The celebration was highlighted by performances from Indonesian diaspora performing Sundanese dance Bajidor Kahot, as well as Saung Angklung Mang Ujo playing the angklung along with the guests. The event was further honored by the presence of the Cabinet Secretary for Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs of Kenya, Honorable Hassan Ali Joho. An unforgettable traditional greeting ceremony called Mapag Tamu was presented upon his arrival, showcasing the hospitality for which Indonesia is renowned. In 2024 only, there are around 100 students from Kenya, DRC, Uganda, and Somalia going to Indonesia to pursue higher education with the Indonesian government scholarship such as KNB, Dharma Siswa, and the Indonesian Aid Scholarship, as well as the scholarship from their respective universities. Indonesian Embassy in Nairobi encouraged as many students as possible to study in Indonesia, bridging the friendship of our nations. Indonesia hosted its second Indonesia-Africa Forum in September 2024. In the forum, Kenya and Indonesia had committed to speed up the building of geothermal power plant with the cooperation of Pertamina Geothermal Energy of Indonesia and Geothermal Development Company of Kenya. At the sideline of the forum, Indonesian and Kenyan state-owned enterprises Bio-Farma and Biovax had also signed a master agreement on cooperation of production and distribution of vaccine. The Embassy of Indonesia in Nairobi is proudly showcasing Indonesian products at Indonex 2024, a three-day event attended by hundreds of Kenyan business people. The event was opened by the Cabinet Secretary of the State Department for Investment Promotion of Kenya, Honorable Salim Vuria. To enhance the occasion, seminars focused on boosting business connections between Indonesia and Kenya are being held, aimed at encouraging trade interests among business people from both nations and introducing Indonesian products to the Kenyan market. The exhibition also features prestigious universities from Indonesia, promoting opportunities for Kenyan to pursue higher education in Indonesia through scholarship programs. Every year, the Indonesian government organized the Trade Expo Indonesia, recognized as the largest trade expo in Southeast Asia. In 2024, the Indonesian Embassy facilitated business delegations from its countries of accreditation to attend the expo, exploring potential trade and investment deals in areas such as agricultural technology equipment, fertilizers, and soap. At the 39th day, a Kenyan company, Safka Limited, received the Prima Duta Award for being the best importer of Indonesian products. This achievement underscores the embassy's commitment to fostering connections between Kenyan and Indonesian businesses, contributing to increased trade between the two countries. As we reflect on the milestone of 2024, the Indonesian Embassy in Nairobi stands proud of its achievements in diplomacy, culture, and community engagement. This year's successes inspire us to continue our journey, fostering unity, promoting cultural exchange, and advancing shared goals. Together, we look forward to the new opportunities and greater achievements in 2025. Thank you for being part of and witnessing this incredible journey.